Well, I want you to believe that all of that is true. So I'm one of those people that believes that nothing happens on accident, no thing. So that means that I'm really excited to finally be in front of you today because there's a reason we're supposed to be together. And you might be thinking that you're here for me, but I'm thinking that I'm probably, that you have something to offer me because that's the first greatest rule of business, is that it's really, it's gathering and looking around for the pieces that are where you are lacking and finding the people that you can bring to you that can make you more whole. So did everybody get your, oh, that's what those noises were about. I was thinking, what is that? So did everybody, I hope, okay, let me go down to find the very first one. Okay, Michelle.
Can you push your email?
Oh, yeah, will you put the first screen up? And I guess I just cue you when I'm ready to change that.
No, I've got it. In fact, you want to grab this right here.
I love to be in control. Yeah. That's another thing. Don't let any ever in your whole life be in control of your life. Never. That is said from an abused child. But you know what happens when you take control and responsibility for your own life? That thing I said about creating heaven on earth, you're in charge. Nobody else is in charge. Okay, so there I am. And that was actually this morning. I was in my power red dress, and I thought that might be, anyway, here I am in my happy spring dress. So that's my email. Send me, take mine. And please do. Mark it. By the time you're done listening to me today, please make sure you've marked my name and my number in your somewhere. Even if you say the crazy oil lady, I'm going to tell you some other things that I do. But okay, Michelle, the most expensive thing up here is probably, it is for sure. It's an emotional, who's Michelle? Michelle, okay, so this is an emotional oil. Are you familiar with oils at all? Okay, so today you'll love them. So these are supplements. They're about the same value. Do you have a preference? That's what I would say if I was having a baby. Okay, and I give classes that teach all about the use of those and how to use them. And when you go to my lifeloves.com, which is what I want each and all of you to do, not to join doTERRA with me, but for you to be able to see firsthand that this person, I'm single, I'm 58. You see, I am not your hippie granola loving oil girl, right? I cannot do handstands. I am not your most fit person on the planet. I don't think that I look like a typical marketer because I'm not. And neither is anybody that comes to do whatever it is that resonates with your heart. You don't have to look a certain way to do the thing. If you have that thing that you love that resonates with you, that's the thing that you should do. Okay, so Michelle is the first. Guys, I won't take a second. Let's get back on task because I want to stay. Okay, so I'm a grandmother to 6, and they're the most beautiful grandchildren you've ever seen, ever. I swear to God, just ask me, I will show you pictures. I'm the mother of 5. And if you had asked me any time in my life up through, I would say 35, I would have told you that my profession, that my destiny, that the thing I was supposed to do on this earth was to be a mother. And I really, at that time, had not really branched out past that. And I also want you to know, some of my favorite people on the planet are women. And to nurture children or to caretake is not their heart call. And that is. So what I get to do from where I am, I get to empower people, specifically women. I did not know that my gift in life was numbers and understanding business until I was 41. And that's when I realized that my marriage was probably ending and I wasn't sure how to do it. I did not divorce until I was 50. If you have never heard of a test called the Clifton Strength Finders, It's $50, like $49 to take it, and it will order for you your personal strengths. And and you want to know all of them. There's 34. Don't take the cheap way out and do the $19.99 because it'll only give you your top 10 strengths. And this is what's interesting because your bottom 10. There we go. Your bottom 10 strengths are just as important to you as your top 10 strengths because that's where we go when we aren't being our authentic self. And when you're not being your authentic self, you will not have success. You will get stuck and you will stay there. So this test is a really, really great life determiner for you. And it's one of the few tests that you can take personality-wise that will still be within the same top 10, maybe ordered differently 15, 20 years from now. It's been around that long. So that's something I would recommend for you just in business. My first degree was in elementary ed, and I married, and life didn't go as planned. Finances were really a struggle. Something else I want to bring up. It was not my ex-husband's fault, who is a very good man, by the way. It was not his business was not his gift. Why would it be that business was my gift? It just seemed like, not that everything I touched turned to gold, but that I just somehow, it made sense to me. Like things make, does this make sense to you what I'm saying to you? Things make sense to me in a way that don't make sense to other people. I just kind of get it. Numbers, strategies, businesses. So I married, life didn't go as planned. But let me tell you something about finances in your life. For whatever reason you happen to believe that you're on earth, I believe that I'm just here to become my highest best self. And to expand and to expand so that I can hold all the love. Because the only reason to expand is to be able to take in more love. Love is truly all there is. You might think I'm being philosophical, but what I'm talking about right now is business. You want more love in your life? You want more money in your life? You want a really good business that's going to bring you the finances? You have to conquer, period. And that means kindness, generosity. That means joy. That means fun. Above all, it means finding out what it is that really lights your fire. What if it's drawing and everybody says to you, you can't be an artist. You can't have a family. You can't do this or this. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or don't let any of that rain on your parade. Remember how I started out by talking about control and taking control of your life? So one of the things that I found in my life process is that finances are one of the greatest energetic life balancers that you can find. If you're not doing what really makes you happy, if you're not really becoming who it is you're supposed to become, because you're playing small, because you're believing the limitations that other people, including the world, including TV, including your parents, whatever church you belong to, your best friend, we just have all these thoughts and limitations on us, right? If you are believing those, you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to not be able to decide what it is that you want in life. You're going to not know what the business is that you want to know. The second you align, the second you just start going, oh my gosh, I really love swimming. I love boating. I love water. I want a house in Washington. So that in the summers, so how did he arrange his life? He teaches here so he can ski in the winter. And then he goes home, then he goes to Washington so he can be on the water in the summer. You might think that that is magic. That is not magic. That is alignment. And you're going, okay. No, you might not be seeing it. You may not be frustrated. So this is the thing I do. And this is why I'm successful. And this is why I love life. My love gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Because I'm able to help the people that come into my life know what the thing is that lights them up so that they can be successful and make good money. Now, I already had you write down real estate license. I don't care if you hate houses. Real estate license. Put that down. real estate license. It will not cost you that much money for the amount of money that you will get in return. Everybody has a family. Do you know how many real estate agents are well, it's in Utah County right now. I don't know the numbers for Salt Lake because I work, that's not true either, but I just know the number for how many real estate agents do you think there are right now in Utah County? 18,322. 18,322. So you know what people are going to tell you, right? They're going to say, don't be a real estate agent, you can't make any money. When I'm a dreamer. I was told in a dream. You're probably thinking, nobody talks to me in a dream. Do you know what? Somebody will talk to you in a dream if you start getting quiet. So next thing I want you to write down is get. I strongly, strongly, strongly advise that you have a practice that you can hear yourself, hear your own intuition. If you want to know how what's Musk's first name? Elon. There we go.
Not Leon.
Yeah, not Leon. I was like, it's the Florida girl in me. But if you want to know how Elon Musk, you want to know how Alexander Graham Bell, start reading autobiographies, and you will see that every single one of them were aligned and in tune. Every one of them had a practice of being quiet so they could listen to their intuition. You're probably thinking, this lady is off her. No. Right now, I'm going to finish my story, but you should get your real estate license, because everybody, if you get your real estate license and you just help one person a year with a house, your real estate fees will be paid and you will have some extra income. Just like getting a driver's license for my children, it is mandatory that they have a real estate license. Now, call me. You have my personal number. You can call me anytime and I will talk strategy with you. At the age you're at, I don't care how old you are, we are building portfolios, and I have a very specific plan that I can help you to build a portfolio so that you can start within 5 years living the life that you would like to lead. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me. So this thing with the finances, and it was bad. I'm talking, it's really, really bad. And forgive me, Paige, when I say this, because I do love teachers, but a teacher's salary, even though that was my degree, was not going to get my husband and I out of the financial hole that we had gotten into. And so I got quiet. And will you flip to the next screen? Because I want you to see all the things that I've done in my life so that you know that I have.
You took her not with.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, you're in control.
I'm in control. Okay, so these are just some of the things that I've done in my life so that you know that I've done real work. This washing dishes, this was at the MTC at Brigham Young University at 4 o'clock in the morning for a whole year, 2 semesters. I'm just telling you, I have grit. I know how to work. But you know what happens when you work at McDonald's and when you house sit and when you do all of these things, when you have to work really hard? It comes to your mind that there must be another way. That this must just be a stepping stone to the real thing that I'm supposed to be doing. Because working at McDonald's, actually, I got a lot of dates there. It was near the University of Florida, and I kind of liked it. But I didn't like the brown outfit. I didn't like smelling like grease, and I wanted a different kind of life. You can just, I didn't put on that I was a teller. I was a teller, teacher, homeschool, landscape architect. I love outside. These are like, and I am still currently doing, well, actually, I just got paid for a job last week for this. I do real estate, I do real estate, residential, commercial investing. I don't do this anymore. Okay, get back to the story. Money was messed. Money was really, really messed. It was not my husband's gift to provide. He had other gifts. And we live in a world that says kind of that the man should provide and that the woman should stay home. And remember, I was the woman who wanted to stay home. I wanted to stay home, right? But by the time my baby was 7, I realized something else was going to have to give, because the monies I was making with my preschool, first of all, I was so tired. And there was no time for anything else other than like getting that preschool and trying to be successful. And I couldn't get to my own kids. So finances are one of the great balancers, energetic fodder in your life to move you to be who it is you came to be. Now you realize it's on either side, because what if you have a whole lot of finances? You might think that that's a dream come true, but when you have a whole lot of finances, it is very nice, because now you really get to participate in a lot of the things that you want to do, but you also have to learn how to keep your finances. So it's never, wherever you are right now is perfect. Never forget that no matter what your financial situation is, if you're feeling angst, that's just your soul. That's just energetic fodder of the earth for you to bust out, get real, get quiet, and figure out what you're not doing that makes you happy. Okay, so with that, and you also have to take responsibility and say, nobody else gets to be in control of my life right now. I'm in control of it. You're going to fail. Do you know that? Look at all those things on there. I didn't have this lovely, great experience. I messed up at McDonald's. I was sent in for a lie detector test because cash was missing from my drawer. I was not sharing my drawer with anybody. I kept passing the lie detector test. Finally, they came in and they put in a camera unbeknownst and found out who was taking it. Things don't go smoothly. Can you imagine how I felt when I was charged with stealing? It was like $2,000. And when you're 18, that's a lot of money. You're going to fail. Nothing goes smoothly, but you don't care. You don't care. Because every time that happens, you just look at it and go, there's a really great lesson here for me. I don't know what it is, but let me be filled with grace and love that I can be the one that can turn this around. And every time you come at it like that, you will step forward on the path that you want to go to. And there's this really great squiggle that says, you know, here you are and here's your dream. It is never a straight line, right? It's just all this squiggly up and round. And I never thought I was going to get on my master gardener. I never do landscape design, but this speaks to my heart. This is something I love. A professional genealogist to the British Isles. That was my second degree that I went back when my son was little. Well, guess what? I loved it. I loved to research. I loved to solve a puzzle. I loved stories. I loved family, but it didn't make hardly any money at all. I was like almost losing money doing genealogy research. So that wasn't solving my problem for my family at the time. So I got quiet. And when I was quiet, the idea came to me to do real estate. You have to know, I hate real estate agents. And I don't use the word hate very often in my life. But I had had two really bad experiences in my young life where they made all this money, but I was the one who did all the work. I cleaned the house, and I just thought, anyway, that was my perception. Well, I started real estate. I'm going to tell you that at the time that I needed this huge, big aha, we were $170,000 in debt. I went inside, I heard to do real estate. Sometime, another time, I'll tell you the miracle. Literal miracles happen once I stepped forward in real estate. My first real estate check, $96,000, which is all, you know. So then I had the vision, if I can make $96,000, and I got it the day I took my real estate exam. The day I took the test, because of something they taught me in my real estate class. The teacher came to the class one day and said, if you can find a property in the line of growth that has potential, you can bring it to its highest use. And if you can do that, you will make a lot of money. That's how developers make a lot of money. On my way home, I was in Salt Lake at the time. I was in Linden. I was driving, and these are the things you have to listen to. Why did I turn on that road that took me by Camp David and then eventually out past what is now called Harvest Hills? Do any of you know where Harvest Hills is out by Saratoga? It's in Saratoga Springs. So I drive by and I look and I see all this land and I'm like, well, that's kind of like what he said. And he had also said that if you go to the county offices, that they'll show you all the maps. And so I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like 1,100 acres here. Long story short, I got to move on. Do you see how my life does not fall? None of this was planned. None of this was planned. There was no water. So I started making calls. I called somebody who was already developed. I said, how do I get water? They said, you're never gonna get water. Everybody's been looking at that piece of land for years. You're never gonna get water. I found out it was the Collins brothers. The Collins brothers live in Wisconsin. Their parents bought the property in 1943. And in the will, none of the kids even knew what it was. There were only 2 brothers left in their 80s. And I called them and I said, I'm a young mom, I'm struggling, I'm getting my real estate. I've never done real estate in my whole life. But I have this feeling that your property could really change your life and mine. Would you be willing to take a chance on me? And they said, we don't work with anybody we don't know. I said, I think I can afford a flight on my credit card. Can I fly to you? All of this happened within a 3-week period. At the end of 3 weeks, I took my test. I passed the first time, thank God. And they handed me a check for $96,000, which helped me to know that there is an organized force somewhere that loves me, that is intimately connected with me. Now, I'm going to tell you that I don't use the word God because I've been on a trip all of my life. It's very personal. But I call it my organized personal faith club that loves me deeply. You have it too. You know how I know that you have it? Because I lead a group of 78,000 people in doTERRA, a network marketing company, me. Okay, so with that said, you know that this has been a crazy ride, right? A crazy ride. And then you're thinking, well, if you did real estate and it was awesome. So just so you know, I started real estate in April. And by August, all of my debt was paid. All of the debt was paid. I was able to purchase my husband a new car, and I bought a used one because I wanted to Sequoia and I did it anyway. But yes, can you see? The magic isn't just for me. The miracles are not just for me. Business is about getting quiet and being intuitive. I don't know why I can't get people to listen to me when I say this. Continually, they're saying to me, how did you do it? How did you do it? I'm telling you right now. Please tell me you hear me. Please tell me you hear me. You get quiet and you listen to your own intuition. All right. So one more. No, is there something I'm pointing? Okay. So now we're going to go into. I'm working real estate. I'm doing really well. I've made it through 2008 to 2009. I promise you, no matter what is going on in the economy, you can make money in real estate. And if you go get your license and you're feeling stuck and you can't make it, you call me. You call me. I will help you. I will give you ideas. I will mentor you. That's another thing. You must find a mentor. Write that down. Find somebody that you can look to that really is ahead of you. My family was the sweetest family, but they did not know business. There was nobody to mentor me. You look for it and find somebody who will hold you in that spot. Okay, so I'm getting divorced. I am scared to death. Real estate is entrepreneurial. I could work for a project and make a lot of money in a big chunk after working on something for 6 months, or I could work for something for 6 months and not get a check because it didn't work out, right? So I was divorcing with 5 adult children launching. And do you know how much your life cost? Housing, food, tuition, cell phones, insurance, cars. I had 5 of them. And my ex was not in a position to be of any help. I was terrified. And I also knew that I did not want their launch into adulthood to be my launch. I got to BYU on a scholarship, and my parents loved me dearly, but they did not have the funds to help me launch. I was not going to have it for my children. So I spent some time, I'm just going to say straight. I was fasting and praying. And if you don't know what that means, you can ask me later. It's a practice I still do. And I just was getting quiet. And I was just begging, I've got to get out. This is not working. This is not really good in my family. How am I going to support my family? That next morning, I'm at the gym running. Believe it or not, 17 marathons. I've just had a lot of yes, other things since then. Since the divorce, it's all about if I want it, I'm having it. But this woman walks up to me and she says, I just really want to get to know you. long story short, the more I talked to her, I found out she called around. She is the #1 distributor of all of doTERRA. Her name is Alicia. And she called all the real estate offices to find out who the rookie of the years were and who was making the most money in the past year. She found out my name and she asked questions like, well, how could I meet her? And can somebody introduce me? And as soon as they found out that she's a limiter, they were like, no, we're not introducing you. We're not giving you her phone number. So she asked around, found out that I worked out at the PG Rec Center and just falls in line with me that morning. But did she ask me about doTERRA? No, she asked me about real estate. She says, I need a training facility. The specific training facility that she wanted to know about, I had just given back to the bank from another client on the Friday, meaning it was going into foreclosure. Is that synchronicity? Yes, that is synchronicity. And she says, I only have 2.4 million and I know that they're asking 2.6. And I looked at her and I said, if you have 1.9, you can go in and get it today. And she said, how do you know that? And then I told her, and then it seemed like it was supposed to be, right? Very synchronistic. Continue because I'm quiet, listen to my intuition, and I follow it. Does it always serve me? No. I have some really horrible stories, I can tell you. I paid for and spent 2 couples to the Philippines, which I thought was on intuition to build doTERRA. They lived there for 4 months and had a great vacation holiday on me. It doesn't always, but most of the time, it follows through. So she tells me about doTERRA. I say, no. Are you freaking kidding me? At the time, I was making about $350,000 a year in real estate. I was like, I don't have time. And then it hit me about 4 days later that I had just spent that whole Sunday begging. And Monday morning, delivered to the track where I was running was this woman. So I decided to listen. Now, because I decided to listen, I'm a diamond wellness advocate with doTERRA. And what I get to do all day, every day, is empower people who are so stuck financially in their lives. I only get to save them financially. And let me take that back. I do not do any of the saving. I get to show them how to be saved. And then I also get to introduce them a way of life that's holistic. I need you to know my brother's a doctor. When I broke my arm, I was not saying lemon, lavender, and peppermint, please. I was screaming for morphine. I believe in all of the medicines, all of the miracles. But it does make a difference. It makes a difference when you use a pure substance on yourself. This little bottle of oil is from a plant. Plants are not like people. They have to stay aligned. They stay aligned. Science now can show you that the vibration of this oil is so pure, and they're usually higher than our personal vibration. So when we take a high vibration and we put it on our body, what does it do? It raises our vibration. What happens every time you raise your vibration? You're happier. You know what happens every time you raise your vibration? You will get and stay in alignment. What happens when you raise your vibration? You don't get sick. Oils are some magic. That's a whole nother class. We're going to talk about how this is a network marketing company where I get to tell people about this product that I love with my whole heart. And not only that, we have all the products to get toxins out of your home. When I was a mama, we had never heard the word leaky gut. We didn't know when the microwave came in that it was going to kill all of the enzymes so that, I'm not going to go there. Start preaching. All right, let's talk about a network marketing company, and I'm going to be really fast because you've sent me your email. I'm going to send you a document that I wrote that's used lots of times around the network marketing community. So if you see it somewhere, you can say, I listened to that crazy lady. It's 21 reasons for choosing a network marketing company. I want you to also earmark the spot where I was not going to have it. You can't imagine the feelings I felt about it because Bill Gates, who I had read his biography, I just loved everything he did. Bill Gates made a comment. He said, the only people who do network marketing are those essentially who aren't smart enough, who don't have enough money, I have a special finger for Bill Gates now because I'm going to tell you what, this has been one of the greatest challenges in life. It has brought me the greatest rewards of life. The first thing is you get to choose who you're going to work with. My best friends by doing this business. You get to work from anywhere. I can be in the south of France on vacation for 3 months and work my business. I can be in Florida where I was born and raised and work my business. I can be at home. My daughter has a baby. I can be in her closet. Okay, the low cost of entry. It's $35 to get a doTERRA membership for the year. It is just like a Costco membership, except for if you decide to build it as a business, you have to commit to spending 150 PV a month, which, just remember this number, it would be about $180 a month. And then if you bring on 12 people that commit to the same thing, you're going to make more than $250, but just one bonus for bringing in 12 people is $250 a month. That takes care of your payment, including taxes and shipping, and gives you 60 bucks in your pocket. So what do? I take you, what's your name? Laura Lee. I take Laura Lee. Laura Lee tells me all of her woes. I find out what products match with her to change to help her get a higher vibration in her life. I help her personally get 12 people, and then guess what? All of her supplements, all of her oils are taken care of, and she has 60 bucks every month. Do you think she wants to tell other people about it? Yes, she does. And how do I know it? Because I have 78,000 people underneath me willing to do the same thing. So cost of entry? No, this is not a big cost of entry thing to do. No employees. That's kind of a lie. I actually have 2 assistants, but I have 2 assistants because okay, remember, I'm Esther, and I'm not married, and I love work. I love it. But it's, like I told you, I like to figure it out. So I still do consulting for startup businesses to help them know if it's a good business for them or not. If you're familiar with the blender bottle, I help them fundraise and take them all the way through. We just changed that company. We just rebranded it to Truth. Anyway, so I do that, and I do doTERRA, and I still do real estate. So I have to have 2 assistants to do the stuff I hate, because paperwork does not light me up. It does not light me up. This girl would love the number of parts of that. How we're best friends, I don't know. Okay, tax benefits. So you know how I told you I wanted you to have a real estate license in your pocket? I want you to have some kind of a personal business that can be for a tax write-off. And I don't know how I'm just going to fill out this right here because you're an accountant, but I might tell you this. I can help you. That money you make the first year, if you do it as a business to sign people up, you get to write off your personal order every single month. When you take people out, you get to write. I will save you more money in taxes than what you are spending out. That's another class. Jump on. You can join me once a month. I do that. Okay. I am not an accountant, but it has been accountant approved. There's no discrimination. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, the handicap that you have. All you have to do is have a heart full of love and really care for other people. There is discrimination. I will not bring people with me that can only care about money. So in my personal team, it has to have excellent products, something that really, truly, there would be a reason why you would go with this company instead of spending your dollars somewhere else, and not just because of the check that could be made, right? Interesting statistic with doTERRA, 92% of all of the people in doTERRA are only users. They're only customers because they love the product so much. We're just like a CVS or a pharmacy. It is literally like a Costco membership. Only 8%, and I'm going to dare say 2, are actually like building the business. There's no commuting. I'm always at work at my office. That can be good and bad, so I can touch that later. You're your own boss. You create your own economy. Nobody tells you that you're fired this Friday. Nobody tells you that you can only make this amount of money. My upline, Alicia Levy, that I told you about that with me, I'm going to tell you how much she makes a year. She makes, but right now, I think, not a year. I don't know if she makes a year, but I know that she makes I saw her last paycheck. It was $1,719,000 a month. So when people say that you can't make money in network marketing,
wait, 1,719,000.
719,000
Oh,
a month. Almost $1 million. 719,000 a month. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Okay. I know it feels unbelievable, but Elise did not do that by herself. Did she? No, she recruited me. And she recruited lots of other people. And what do? We go out and love it and we share. So every time you have your own business, so everybody's helping, right? Everybody's helping. So I told you before the number 12. At 12, you get $250 a month. At 40 people under you, you're making $2,200 a month. 40 is not that many. If you will let me come and talk to all your friends, and okay, I'm not trying to get you to sign up in doTERRA, I swear to God, but I'm just telling you, I'm giving you a vision. And doTERRA might not be the thing that lights you up, but choose a network marketing company. That's what I want you to put down there. Real estate license and a network marketing company, because you don't have to do the work alone. And you know what? We do want to recruit the Natalie Broadhurst Terrace. You know why? Because I'm going to take it like a dog with a bone and run with it. And you didn't have to do any of that work. But you get to be blessed with it because you opened your mouth and shared it with me. Okay, you get to earn extra income. It's security like no other. It's a residual income meeting. So my accountant did some really fun numbers for me the other day, and we're trying to figure out what my number is for retirement. And he said, Natalie, if you quit right now, and he figured out the rate of people, people will drop off if you don't take care of them. He said, I could go for 9 years and not lose my current job. 9 years, right? Anyway, it's amazing what residual does. Leverage work effort. Everybody's helping you. You're not doing it alone. Training is readily available. That's not always true with certain. Can you?
It went away. That was interesting, the top 10.
Yeah, will you flip that for me? Okay, so these, I don't know if you know this, but these, okay, here's my time. I am so sorry. I'm going way too long. Okay, you're going to miss part.
You have 10 more minutes.
I have 2 more. Okay, so I'm going to talk really fast. I don't know if you know this. Utah is the mecca for multi-level marketing companies. But you know what? Don't let that discourage you. But if you decide to do a network marketing company, call me. Never do a binary plan. Never. No matter how hard they sell it. And if you call me, I will tell you why. But the compensation plan is what matters. And just these are the top 10. And do you see how doTERRA is number 3? This I wanted to take it from something that was written. And then I didn't give you the footnote. But actually, we are number 1 right now. We moved up last year to, and the reason we moved up is because the company is awesome. Okay, what am I going to cut out? There's no ceiling. You get to receive help. The personal growth. It's going back to what I said before. You think you're doing a business so that you can support your life. No, you're doing a business so that you can grow your heaven on earth. You're doing a business so that you can grow you. You're growing you. That's really who you're growing. Okay, it helps you to it allows you to help others on a massive scale. So right now, for instance, if I am probably going to text you a link, if you have any desire to help with the war that's going on for the Ukraine, I trained there in November 2.5 years ago. I rented out a hotel and I had the largest team for doTERRA in Europe. And so I went to Prague, I rented this hotel, I had everybody come in and do all of the training. And when I did that, I got to know the people who live there. And so now doTERRA will match any monies that we donate through this link that I'll send you. They will triple it.
Oh.
They will triple it. This is the company I work for. This is the company I work for. I had experiences as a child. I championed the Provo battered women shelter because of experiences in my life. They match every dollar. They match every dollar. Who does that? Who does that? They have outright bought vans, outright bought houses, I can't even tell you all the things that they've done. This is an amazing company. They really are who they say they are. Now, no company is perfect. Every, just like we are. Everybody's got your stuff, but I really can't find, I poke it a lot and this is quickly profitable. Real estate is your fast money. Multi-level marketing is your slow, steady, gonna get there money. But I will tell you this, I was able to hit the rank of diamond in 10 months from starting. And my check was $11,000, rank diamond, and it has only gone up since. You can build your business online. I personally, that is not my forte, but I'm learning all the time. She wanted to talk about trends. You can pay your kids monies, you can pay your friends monies for helping you to build the business. Okay, let's do the next. Will you help me?
That white thing.
Oh, I'm going
Up
to
here.
Okay, just so you know that it's real. A presidential diamond, they make 1.2 a year. A blue diamond is 465. A diamond is 204. I'm currently a diamond because I built my business a little different. I was born with a generous heart. And instead of building for myself, I created 3 presidential diamonds underneath me. So what I love to do is find somebody who wants to run, and I run with them all the way until they're champion. And because of that, instead of making diamond money, I am paid between this and this every single year. And I am going for this year. Yeah, I know, it's really fun. And how do I do it? I bring on people like you. Okay. Okay, here's another thing. Network marketing companies, not just doTERRA, always will come out with these added bonuses. Right now, there's a special thing going on. The first 200 people get to this thing called Founder. Every year, on top of the money you would have already made anyway in doTERRA, because if you're going to do the business, you're already doing the business. If you hit one of these 200 Founder ranks, it's $80,000 extra every January. So this is how I got the largest team in Europe. I went to Europe and they had Founder spots open. There were 20 spots open, and I was able to take 17 of my team to hit the Founder spots. That's a whole other thing that you can talk to me about later if you're interested. But it's just that they have this type of thing available to us. All right, it's not working.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. All right, so in order to be successful in anything, especially your life, you have to have systems, processes, and strategies. How many of you know what a Trello board is? Nope. So this is one of the programs that I use to personally train my teams. Do you see right here? So what happens a lot of times when people start a network marketing company? This Trello board. This is my success because I've taken down every little single thing that needs to be done and prep checklist. You open up that card and there's 5 things to do. So nobody is ever wondering, what should I be doing now? How am I going to be successful in my business? And I have 52 weeks of the year. And by the time they get to the end of 52 weeks, they're at $100,000. Okay, next. Oh, okay. The right mentor is imperative. You can sign up with so many network marketing companies, but when you do, you ask questions. You find out that the person that you're working with is already successful so that they know how to tell you how to be successful, right? So look for the right mentor. Oh, and this is something else that they wanted to say, you know, like, what do you have to know to be a network marketer? Well, when I came in, I was just having classes, inviting people over for ice water and oil explosion, but these are like all the business tools and apps. These, anyway, there's a ton to it. It's not nothing, but okay, here we go. Do it. Hey, Russell, who doesn't want to do it? No.
Pointed towards here, not up there.
Okay.
If not,
Okay, well.
is that where you want to be?
Market has changed 5 times.
Yeah, this is another trend. So like in the year 2000, in order to get somebody to buy something, especially if you're familiar with Malcolm Gladwell and all of his works, he said it would be 10 to 12 touches. No, in 2020, it's 36 plus. And they had somebody, Ann Morrow, who's the business analyst, saying the other day that she thought it was at least 50.
Explain what touches are.
Like how many times you have an experience with the product or you see somebody else use it. A touch would be like going to your aunt's house and you see it on the counter. A touch would be like your friend saying, here, you want to try one of these? And you just have a taste and you know it's from doTERRA before you actually buy. So these are all the things that we need to figure out and mediate. Okay, next. You get to, this is the reason. So much love. I could do anything could happen to me in my life right now. And I know that there are a lot of people who would come to help take care of me. I am not alone in this. I'm not life alone. I have a whole community. And guess what? When you do your own network marketing company, you get to create your own community. Because of the childhood that I had, I like to empower women. I like to empower single women who are trying to raise their children on little finances so that they can break out of those cycles. Does anybody know what this number is and why I love it? Anybody have any idea what this number is? Will you write it down? 833. 833. That's how much you have to make a month to make $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year is the magic mark for people to really start living their heaven. So, whatever business you're going into, know your numbers, know what you have to do to get to that, because that's the number. That's the number. What would it mean to you to have financial freedom? You know what? You kind of don't know what it really is until you get there. And it still is evolving. But maybe write that down. What would it mean to you? Because it means different things for different people. But for me, it means I can take all my kids to Cousin Mel for Christmas if I want to, and their wives and their kids. It means that I was born with a generous heart and I love to give. It means that if I see something on the shelf that I want Paige to have, I can just get it.
And she does.
Well, but you know what I mean? I get to do the things I want to do. I get to have the life I want to lead. I get to buy dresses from Natural Life that I think are really cute. Okay, all right. So, business. We must focus on breaking down the limitations that we have imposed on ourselves. The only thing holding you back is you. Every day presents the opportunity to create something new, and that's specifically to create you. Okay, to create your heaven on earth. One, I want you to close your eyes and just tell me you're really going to do it. You're going to get quiet. And if you aren't used to getting quiet, practice. You know how a really good time to practice is when you get in the car and before you start it, you sit at the steering wheel and just say, how does my body feel? How do I feel? Is there anything coming to my mind? Does the thought flicker that maybe I should call my mother today? Does the thought flicker that I forgot to take out the garbage? Whatever the thing is, do it. Now, take courage. Okay, get your practice, figure out what that is. Take courage. I'm going to tell you, I need to have my hand held. My love language is touch. I physically, if I have somebody physically by my side, can't do anything. It's a real thing for me. I will hold your hand. If you decide to do something crazy, I will hold your hand. That's why I'm here today. You keep my number in your phone. Natalie, the hand holder, she'll help me to do the crazy thing. And maybe, even if I don't have insights, personally, I probably know the people, because I'm a network marketer, I probably know the people to get you where you want to go. I'm a connected girl. And then you're going to act. You're going to act, do the things without question. And when you start acting on the intuition, you will start seeing the miracles and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what the heck? You'll start seeing the synchronicities and you'll start saying, like every day, can you believe that happened to me? Can you believe that happened to me? That's how you're going to build a business. And that's how I built my business and my magic life. I hope that you will share your successes with me. And I would love to know what you're doing in your life. I do not ever expect you to do doTERRA with me. But what I do expect is for you to consider a network marketing company as one of the key pillars. I believe that you should not have one egg in your basket. I have had enough life to know that one job, one egg in your basket, one source of income is not enough. There's many times it will be ripped right out from underneath you. And you get to do that growing thing. Let's grow in love and joy and happiness and security. So this is just another, and it doesn't have to be done fast. I have, I know you guys, this is a mud mask. And I don't know if you're familiar with mud masks, but typically what mud masks do is they draw out the toxins out of your body. A lot of people put them on their faces. I personally, I had 5 C-sections, so I have a lot of drugs put into my body that I'm still from. I put it behind my knees. I put it under my armpits. I put it on my neck and at the back of my neck. These are all places that toxins like to come out. I do it every Monday. I look so pretty in the morning and I wear it around for about 20 minutes. And if you know anybody who has an excessive body odor issue, this is something you would want them to have. Put under their arms to get rid of it. So, is there anybody in here who would like the mud mask? Okay, I'm gonna throw. Tell me your name. Kelsey. Kelsey. Okay, this is gum. Anybody trying to lose weight? It's metabolic. It's called online. It's called Slim and Sassy. There's no sugar, and it will take your cravings away. Gum. All right. These are, anybody who has tummy problems, these are digestive drops. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't get anything from my throwing skills. Okay, did anybody else want ginger drops for digestive? I actually keep them in a bowl in my bathroom.
Was that what they are?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, okay. I told you about the microwave. Okay, people don't know this. Microwaves are banned in Europe because of exactly what I told you about. Every time you use it, it kills all the natural enzymes in your body so that the food going through is just a filler. And then your body doesn't have the chemical components to break it down. So that's why there's so many. So if you are lactose intolerant, if you have any tummy issues, 1 to 2 Terrasyme before every meal, or if you're very gassy and you just don't want to be gassy on a date. Anybody want Terrasyme? Okay, this is deep blue rub. This is like icy hot, except on steroids. These are sample packets. There you go. There you go. So if you're going to work out, or like when I would get done with my marathons, I would rub the back of my calves, and everybody else, have you ever seen anybody after a marathon? They're walking like this 2 hours later. I was never that girl because it just took care of it. All right, now this is something that you may not necessarily want to fess up, and maybe it's not just for you, but anxiety is the order of the day since COVID. Anxiety is just like crazy. So, you know, somebody deeply.
What are those called?
Okay, it's called adaptive. So you take a supplement morning and night, you roll the roller on your wrist or at the back of your neck all day long, as often as you need it, as you're feeling it. And then this is an oil that you can use. So it goes together in a set. Is there somebody who, oh, you already got something though. You want to trade? Okay. And you have my number. All of your things, you have my number, you can call me. Who wants the deep blue? Anybody? Okay, you're probably waiting for somebody. These are called, and actually you can take them and start passing. This is your COVID best friend. I'm going to show you like this, and you're going to think, oh, we're all sticking our hands in the same package. Coating is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, so you can't put your hand in here and share it. So it tastes like a sweet tart. You don't have to take one if you don't.
Oh,
But
is it
it
like,
has.
oh, so it tastes like a sweet tart.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it tastes like on garbage.
I mean, that's what I
But
wondered
it
if it
has
was on
all the
there.
extra vitamin D, zinc, all of the things that you need. If you pop one in the morning and one in the afternoon, that nasty little COVID bug should stay away from you.
I'll take a look.
Okay, is there anybody, is there somebody who'd like a pack of these that haven't gotten?
Free shots.
Okay, there you go.
Crazy.
Does anybody else want? Nope,
I'll take a look. I mean,
there you go. Morning and night. I love them. Okay. I love sweet tarts. This is lavender. Everybody knows about lavender.
Best.
Lavender helps you to sleep, but
Put them on
unless,
the bottoms of your feet every night. That's what I do.
unless you're me, and I'm ADD, ADHD, and it winds me up instead.
It does?
Yep. There's a percentage of us who are ADDers that it works with. Would anybody like a bottle of lavender? Okay, we're gonna go for seconds. You can have
I'll
a second.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's my favorite.
This is tangerine. Tangerine is a citrus that works on the limbic part of your brain. The limbic part of your brain, there is no language. It's only emotions. So when you see little children having a fit, and the parents are like, so remember, my first degree is elementary ed. I love the children. The reason they're having a fit on the floor is because they don't have the language yet to be able to tell you what the issue is. So they only have one thing to do, just to have a fit on the floor. How many of you know adults that have fits? It's because they don't, it's
What
not
oil
their
is
fault.
that?
It wasn't, the language didn't get strengthened, right? So this is tangerine. This is for anxiety for children. I've never seen anything like it. Does anybody want tangerine for, nobody has access to children?
I've got one from that nephew.
I don't want to do
No, I'm giving all of this away.
Give it
I'm
to
giving it
Christy.
away.
I'll get one later for my.
On guard. This is what made our business. Everybody's going crazy in COVID and their businesses are suffering and struggling. This little bulb right here, antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial.
On guard?
Uh-huh. On guard. Put it on the bottoms of your feet, diffuse it, put it under your tongue. Keep you from getting the icky. Anybody want to call this? Nobody wants it.
him, he travels like.
No, I'm all right. I already got the. mix of the
Do you travel
capsules.
it?
I do.
And your girlfriend was flight attendant.
Yeah, my friends and my mom were together.
Well, she
Well,
might.
that is a great hookup. Okay, eucalyptus, you can put this in the shower if you're having a hard time breathing. You can just drop it around the outside. Anybody want it? I gotta go fast. Okay, now this one right here, I'm not gonna tell you the cost on it. The highest vibrational oil is rose. I never give these away, but I
Oh,
brought it
man.
today. Who, I'm gonna close my eyes. I just want you to get deep in your heart. Who really needs some help with anything spiritually, physically, financially? David! Yep, that'll raise your vibration. Okay, I have another lavender. Who hasn't gotten anything? In the back. So the mask on? Gael, I've got tangerine, grapefruit, okay. Body wash. You're all right? Got you in the back. You haven't got anything, have you? Say that again? What would you like? Lavender. You- Did you get something? Oh, no. Deep blue? No, yes. Okay, at the back, did you get something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you get something? Who didn't get something?
Actually, legally married.
Would you like grapefruit or tangerine? Do you have a preference? You know what, I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna give you tangerine. Remember?
I can take it.
Okay, and then in the far back, you don't have anything, right? Okay, let's see. Grapefruit isn't like that. Give him the body wash. Let's see, I'll go this way. But everybody else got something? Okay. May your lives be awesome. Don't settle for anything less than what you want. And the way you do that is by you staying in control of your life, and you don't give that control to anybody. Get quiet. Mwah.